Last week, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment was released, and most of us, myself included, are loving it. At the time of making this video, I'm a decent amount of hours into the game and have picked up on some useful tricks on the way. Hack and slash games like this one usually have simple objectives, but amidst the chaos of the gameplay, there's a lot you can miss. While the game does do a pretty good job at explaining the game mechanics and delivering smoothly flowing gameplay, there are a few things that don't pop out as easily. Today, let's run through 5 of these little tips and tricks I've picked up on while playing. Before we begin, I must note that, although this video does not contain any major story spoilers, it does assume that you have completed the tutorial and have at least started the Where Ancient Wisdom Sleeps mission. So if you want to play the game completely blind, I'd recommend clicking off and coming back once you've done so. Anyways, consider subscribing if you haven't already for more Nintendo content, and without any further ado, let us run through 5 tricks, secrets, and strategies that will enhance your experience in ancient Hyrule. One returning feature from Age of Calamity is the ally ordering mechanic, which allows you to command your playable allies to go to a certain spot of the battlefield. By default, your allies will follow the character you're currently playing as, so it makes covering ground difficult, especially when you have multiple objectives or a struggling ally. Ordering your allies is quite simple. Click on the left arrow button to open the ordering menu, and then select the ally you wish to order, then select the spot on the battlefield map you'd like them to go to. They will automatically start running there and will often arrive within less than a minute. You can also swap back to controlling them whenever you'd like. Make good use of this trick and you'll have a much better time navigating and covering ground on the battlefield. Age of Imprisonment introduced the camp feature, a mechanic that allows you to set up a base camp at special spots on the battlefield and use it as a means of healing injured allies and storing supplies. Doing so is quite easy. Find a spot that is enveloped in a golden light, approaching which offers the prompt, Set Up Camp. Clicking the Y button will open the camp menu. In order to supply the camp with materials, simply click the Camp option, and then choose materials from your inventory to store at the camp. The camp system features 3 categories based on the material's effects: enhancement materials, combat, support, and special. The supplying menu makes things easy by automatically sorting your items by effect, so it shouldn't be hard to find the effects you're looking for. Upon entering a campsite, your health, battery meters, and special rations will be restored, which can be especially useful in a tough battle. Next time you're struggling in battle, try retreating to the camp for a bit. It might just save your mission. Being a heavily story-based game, it is very important not to skip lore provided between and during battles. While the large cutscenes are pretty hard to miss, there are small bits of dialogue that pop up in the lower left corner during battles, which, at least for me, are easily missed amidst the chaos of the battlefield. Because of this, the log feature on the pause screen is a helpful and easy way to keep track of what's happening on the battlefield. It keeps track of these messages, sorting them in chronological order from bottom to top, top being the most recent. Switching over to the log tab on the pause menu screen will automatically put your cursor on the most recent message, so you don't have to worry about trying to find out what just happened. To open the log tab, simply press the plus button on the right Joy-Con, and then use the L and R buttons to navigate the menu's tabs, the log tab being the furthest left. It is an easy way to keep track of important events and information on the battlefield, so be sure to use it if you miss a message. Age of Imprisonment features multiple areas in which you can practice your combat skills outside of the major and training missions, both of which function much like Age of Calamity's meditative training. Although you are not able to level up in these training simulations, they do allow you to practice your learned skills for as long as you want. This allows you to polish your skills and find the perfect attack combos for you, without risk of dying or losing a struggling ally. The way these simulations work is simple. you have a large open space filled with a horde of smaller enemies and one larger one. Defeating the enemies causes more to spawn in their place, so it's literally just an infinite cycle of training until you're satisfied. Although these services are entirely non-mandatory, I do strongly recommend trying them out at least once. You may just discover that your warriors are stronger than you thought. Just like Age of Calamity, Age of Imprisonment features a map in the lower right corner of the screen. This map has two settings: a full map of the battlefield that labels allied and enemy troops, as well as outposts and objectives, and a mini-map which zooms in on the player's location and shows their surrounding terrain as well as allies and enemies nearby. Switching between the two settings is quite easy. Just press down on the left control stick to do so. Although I found the full map in the lower right to be quite useful, allowing the player to view the full layout of the battlefield without pulling up the pause menu, the mini-map setting is just as useful, especially on larger battlefields. The full map must be scaled down considerably to be able to fit in the corner without obscuring too much of the player's view, so as a result, the fine details are very difficult or even impossible to see. Using the minimap setting makes the fine details very clear, and although you can't see far away things on the map in this setting, it's actually much more useful for navigation. If you ever find yourself stuck trying to find an objective, try switching to the minimap setting and see what it shows you. You could be surprised how helpful it is. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, consider leaving a like and/or subscribing for more Nintendo content. How's your experience with Age of Imprisonment so far? Were these tips helpful? Feel free to share in the comments. Thanks again, everyone, and remember, a sword wields no strength unless the hand that holds it has courage.